Today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Spider-Man and MJ from Spider-Man Homecoming. Let's get into it. So the problem I have with these figures is that so this isn't new. The figures aren't new or anything. I got this a long time ago. You could tell because the Spider-Man finger is kind of broken and the box looks kind of old. But those dents and everything that are on here, I did not cause them. They came like this with all these dents and everything. So yeah, it's got a bunch of scratches on it. It might not show up on camera. Also has a bunch of dents. But well, when I got this, I didn't know it was a Target exclusive because I wasn't a hardcore collector. So I didn't know it was Target exclusive, and I didn't know this MJ was gonna be worth so much, because this is the only MJ we have from the movies, and the Spider-Man, it's just another Spider-Man. But well, this set is mainly for the MJ. And the problem I have is that the MJ is kind of bad as well because her arm is broken. It didn't come out good. So yeah, the figure that was supposed to be good in this set didn't come out good. And I didn't know if it was like a real issue at the time because, I only had like 10 action figures. So yeah, I didn't know it was a real issue that her arm was broken, so I didn't care about it. Yeah, but now I'm mad because they're probably not gonna make another MJ. So yeah. So let's get into it. Let me take out the figures from the packaging, and we're gonna start off with MJ. So here's the MJ figure. This is how it comes out of the packaging. Comes with this face and these hands. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this body is like a reuse of the Jessica Jones from the Netflix series of Luke Cage, I think. Or does she have her own series? I don't know. I don't watch Netflix. And the reason why I wanted to do MJ first is because she's the most, like, the one that I was looking forward to now, not before, because when I bought it, I was only buying it for Spider-Man. MJ was just an accessory to me. So, and plus because she comes with more accessories than Spider-Man. She comes with another head. This is more I like this one better. She has her hair in a ponytail, and it looks more like Zendaya than the other one. And then she has two other hands. She has a weapon holding hand for her left side, and another open palm hand for her right side. And on the figure, she has a right fist and an open left palm. But yeah, it's a plain figure. But how mine broke was because the thing for the arm, how it was supposed to be held, they didn't print it all the way. It was supposed to go around the peg that's in the peg that's in here, and it's supposed to stay on like that. But if you move it too far up, it's gonna come off, and if you move it too far down, it's gonna come off if you look at it. But because of it being like this, if I put it in and I leave it how it's supposed to be, it goes further out than the other side. That would have been fine if it just came like this. I could just move the arms in and it would look better. And it's really hard to get her to stand. She like falls over some of the time. See? She falls over most of the time because her boots are weird. She has small feet and her top is too heavy. But for the most part, if you want an MJ, this was a good alternative to it, but now it's like $50 for the pack, and it's not worth that. When I bought it, I paid like $10 over retail. See, this one doesn't really look like Zendaya that much. I don't know, something about the way that they made the face look. It's probably because she's mad, sort of, or she's serious. But that is not Zendaya. It's not dead on Zendaya. So I prefer the other head, which fits on nicely. She has her hair in a ponytail, and then she has this little piece of hair coming out to the side. Her hair is kind of curled. So, yeah. So, yeah. But for the most part, it's just a plain figure. Has this jacket, jeans, shirt under. But yeah, it's a reuse of the Jessica Jones body from the Luke Cage TV show on Netflix. So yeah, that's MJ. Now let's get into Spider-Man. So here's Spider-Man in his Midtown High jacket, I think it was. So when I bought this set, I bought it because I wanted to get the 2-pack with the Infinity War Iron Man and the Iron Spider from Infinity War, the one that had the Iron Spider with legs, but they were out of stock everywhere. So as an alternative, I didn't have a MCU Spider-Man, so I bought this one. And when I got here, it wasn't broken or anything, so I was fine with it. The only thing that was broken was the MJ. And the MJ I can't really use her as a superhero, so I had no problem with it. But when I realized that she was gonna still be in more movies than I thought she was gonna be, and when I started to expand my collection, I realized that she was actually a better figure than I thought she was supposed to be. But but it's what I got. I bought it off Amazon instead of Target. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my younger self wouldn't realize that it wasn't supposed to be sold on Amazon. It was supposed to be sold on Target, but life is hard sometimes. So Spider-Man comes with 2 pairs of hands. He has a fist and a flipping hand. So they have a good sculpt, and they also have a nice texture onto them. So it's like a little bit bumpy. I think they painted the black lines. I don't know. It looks more like a wash on the hands, but on the figure, it looks like they painted it. So yeah, that was a good figure. Well, it lasted until I got more figures. So yeah. So for this hand, it had got one finger bitten off. So no resale anymore. Got its finger bitten off halfway. I think it was by a baby or by a dog. But I'm pretty sure it was by a baby. It was like clean cut off. And then on the other side, it has a fist. And since this one's more detailed than the MJ, I could show you more parts and have more things to talk about. So the head looks like he's surprised, sort of. I'm gonna get the light over here. It looks like he's surprised, sort of. And the same paint that was on the hands, the lines, continues on to the rest of the figure. And since I never had a Spider-Man before this one, except for the 6-armed Spider-Man, which I will show later on in this video, this was a better figure. And for a while, I didn't have another Spider-Man, so this was my go-to Spider-Man. If you go back to my first post for my Instagram, which I will put in the link in the description, he was my first post. He was on my first post with Captain Marvel. So he's one of the OGs in my collection. So yeah, he has his little high school logo there, the high school jacket. You know, my only regret is that it didn't, if it wouldn't come with the jacket. I know we got like 3 other figures that didn't come with the jacket and just different facial expressions and everything. But you know, it would have been better if it didn't come with the jacket. But for the most part, it has lines sculpted into it. It has good paint. I like the blue, but I don't really like the red. It's kind of dark. The blue, it is fine if you like put up the red a little bit. If you lighten up the red, it would have been better. So yeah, that's basically Spider-Man. So now, let's get into articulation and scale. So, we're gonna start off with MJ. Like many other female figures, she doesn't have the greatest articulation. It's decent, but it's not great. So, for her head, she can't look up that far with this one. And then, oh wait, my light. Look down this far with this one. So, and she has a little bit of tilt. I mean, it's pretty decent. She doesn't have a dumbbell joint, so it's like for this, it's decent. So let's get the other head on here. Fuck, her head just flew. Anyways, so the other head. So the other head has less movement on it. It looks down that far, and then it starts looking weird with the that far. So barely nothing. Let me get the other head back on. Okay, so now that I have the other head on, let's continue with the articulation. So this side doesn't go up that high. This side goes up further, I think. Yeah, it does. So if it was fixed, it would have been the same as this side, but it's not since this one is broken. But this one goes down this far. And if you wanted to, you can make this one go down this far without it popping off, but then it starts looking weird. Unless you have it from like a side angle, it would look okay, but if you have it from a front angle, it would look weird. So, if this happened to yours, then you could do that. And they all do 360, I'm pretty sure. With the other head, it wouldn't restrain anything, so it does do 360 with that one as well. They both have a single jointed elbow that goes less than 90 degrees. All their hands hinge in and out. So, yeah. No unique anything there with the holding of the weapon hand. It still goes in and out. So, she has a what's this? I forgot what this is called. Diaphragm joint. It goes that far forward. Nothing backward. It goes a little bit backwards. And it does rotate, so you could do that. This doesn't look right to me. Maybe on female figures, but not on like male figures. So when they did that to the Spider-Man, it starts looking weird. So she can kick out that far. She could kick back. Nothing. She has a thigh cut. It's pretty tight. And double jointed knees. Her feet go down. I mean, her boots go down that far. They go that far up, so pretty far up. And then they have ankle pivot. So yeah, now we can get on to Spider-Man. We're good. But I switched out the hands. That's the only thing that's different. I didn't do anything else. So he could look up that far, look down that far. He has head tilt, a little bit of head tilt. He can do a 360 with his head. It's going to run into the jacket if you put his head down a little bit. His arms move out that far. They move that far down so they can put him by his side, unlike MJ. He has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go that far in. So they do go straight, so it doesn't look like he's bending his arms all the time. The fist hands, they hinge further in and barely anything out than the web flipping hands that hinge only barely anything in. He could kick that far out, kick that far back. I don't know, his knees keep bending down. He has a thigh cut, double jointed knees. His ankles move down that far, they move up that far, and they have ankle pivot, does a 360. He has ab crunch that goes pretty far forward, at least, but the jacket starts looking weird. It goes back a little bit. You could see from right here, it goes back a little bit. And then he has waist swivel. So, let me show you. So this is what Spider-Man would look like without his jacket on. So, if you wanted to, you could take it off, and then you could see the back sculpt and everything. It's pretty detailed. Let me see if I can focus. Pretty detailed. It has the lines on the back of it, so they did it there. They didn't need to. It has the painted spider symbol. They didn't need to do that as well. Has painted lines on the back of it. They didn't need to do that, but I'm pretty sure they reused it. So, yeah. I have a little bit of scraped black paint right there. See it? And, yeah. It would work if you were taking any torso shots or anything. If you were covering up the arms, then it would work. See, like that or something. Then you could use it without the jacket, but the arms wouldn't match if you just kept it like this. So let me put back the jacket and then we can get into scale. So for scale, ruler. So Spider-Man stands like at 5 3/4 of an inch, and MJ stands almost at 6 inches. So MJ is kind of taller than Spider-Man, and that's how it should be since Zendaya is kind of taller than Tom Holland. But you could reason with it and tell that she's wearing boots, and that's why she's taller than him. But yeah, it works out. So here's Spider-Man next to the SH Figuarts Iron Spider from Avengers Endgame, and here is Zendaya next to another female Marvel character, Captain Marvel. So yeah, Zendaya is not that short, and Spider-Man is perfectly sized. This SH Figuarts is kind of small, which I will be doing a review on soon enough, because I'm going in the past and I'm reviewing old action figures like these too. I've had them for a long time, but I haven't reviewed them because, I feel like I shouldn't, but now I feel like doing it. So here's Spider-Man next to a tied up Drift. I have him like this because it helps him fix his arms, because I'll put up a picture. His arms, like, they were out a little bit, so this is probably gonna keep his arms to the side. I did the same thing with Omega, and his was worse. So yeah, you could do that. Let me see if I can find another one to compare him to. My Iron Man is broken. It broke both his legs. So here he is next to broken Iron Man. Yeah, both of his legs broke. See, I was trying to fix the one on the left, and then the one on the right got super glue in it, so then I tried to pop it off, but then it broke. So yeah, I have a problem here. I want to get the 85th anniversary figure, and I just threw away like $40 maybe if I decided to sell it. But I don't know how this happened. It had like little, it got erased a little bit, but that's for another video. So let's finish off the video. So for this box of 2 figures that came out a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure it still holds up. You see the MJ's articulation, you can't get her in a lot of poses, but as you can see with Spider-Man's, you could still get him into pretty decent poses. It's not so much in with the arms, but with the legs. So you won't get him into like him doing crazy stunts like the McFarlane Spider-Man. Yeah, but it's still pretty good. I give it a 8 or 8.5 out of 10, and it's not because the figures suck, it's because if the box was better and if none of these problems happened with the arm or the finger on the Spider-Man's left hand with the flipping left hand, then I would be fine with it. I would give it a 9. So if you have yours perfectly fine, it's a 9. If you have yours like mine with a really bad box, then it's a 8 or an 8.5. So yeah, it's pretty good. This is a throwback video, and I will be doing more of these. So yeah, peace. And no, wait, before I say bye, the whole time I've had Thor holding my lamp. So yeah, it's a Marvel Select Thor, so yeah, it's fine. It felt like once during the video, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Make sure you tune into the next video. Bye.
Drive